Today exceeded my expectations on so many different levels. It was such a day of eye-opening and hearing things that I've heard 1,000 times, but it just hit differently today. First of all, let's just talk about the charts. I was not able to trade today on some. My move didn't happen until I was already in the car on the way to work, and y'all know I cannot trade at work. So when I got up this morning, I didn't like it. I didn't have a good entry. I didn't have a good enough setup. Now, granted, I could have. Crazy thing is, I could have just sat there and went on ahead and placed a trade and got in, but it was not at the time. It was just all chop. It was all chop for London, and I mean, eventually it did end up pushing up. But like I said, it was past the time that I would have been able to enter because I don't trade at work. That's one of my main rules. It's too much stress. It's too much going on. But aside from that, even though the trade would have played out beautifully, might I say, I'm not feeling no type of way about it. It is what it is. I'm at the end of the day, my friend asked me, was I mad that I missed the trade because I followed my rules? And I was like, absolutely not, because I would have been more mad getting in the trade and it going against me. Granted, it would have played out in my favor this time. And that's why I said you have to be so careful with breaking your rules, because sometimes it does work out for you. But those days that it works out for you, it creates a habit. You plant a seed in your head like, oh, I can do this every now and then. Look, I was right. Look what happened. See, I was right. But you were wrong. You were dead wrong. You might have been right at winning the trade, but you were dead wrong with breaking your rules, because somewhere down the line, it's going to bite you in the hind parts. I'm trying to tell you. So, but I was explaining to him, no, I'm not mad, because the fact that I did not break my rules, I was more proud of myself than anything. Hey, calm it down. I was more proud of myself than anything, because like I said, it's so easy for me to spiral. It's so easy for me to get off track, especially right now with what I got and what I can trade with. I can't even, I'm climbing my way out from the bottom right now, literally. Everything counts. So I don't have time to make human errors and simple mistakes just because, oh, I want to trade, or oh, I know it's going to do this, this, and this. Let me just do. No, you don't know anything. You can make a very good prediction, a very good assumption, but at the end of the day, none of us know. Even though, like I said, the trade would have played out perfectly, something could have happened today that it could have been catastrophic, and I could have been wrong. Who's to say? You know what I'm saying? So you can't just sit there and do that. Like, the rules are in place for a reason. But aside from that, it was just on some. I was listening to who was it? Jordan Welch. Yes, I like Jordan. He was talking about forgiving himself. And he was talking about how important it is to forgive yourself, because even whenever you fall short of your own expectations, you have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself for things that you did in the past that you look back on now and be like, oh, like, why did I even do that? And then you have to take it a step further and forgive the people that might have made you do certain things, or manipulated you, or made you have to change your mindset to protect yourself. Like, you have to forgive those people and forgive yourself, and just be happy and glad that you're here and that you can move forward. You see the problems, forgive yourself, correct them, fix them, and then move on. Keep on going. Because it's one thing for you to be down and out on yourself and then continuously criticize. Sorry, I couldn't hold it. And criticize yourself over and over again, and you're not doing anything but making it harder on yourself. You're not doing anything but making a monster out of yourself. Like, you making mountains out of molehills, and it is no reason for you to sit there and do that. Especially if you are in a place because of somebody else's actions. Forget them. I know it's easier said than done, but it's a lot of stuff that we hold on to that we should have been let go of. It's a lot of things that people say or do, and it holds us down, or it's like they dropped the anchor in the boat and now we're not going anywhere. And who's this? They're not the captain of your ship, baby. You are the captain of your own ship. I promise you. I need to learn that freaking poem. Master of my fate, captain of my soul. Like, I need to learn that one. Because we got excuses down. We got being late down. Like, I need to learn that one. I think I'm going to write it out so I can have it on the wall right here. But yeah, forgive yourself. Don't be ashamed because you didn't, you know, just in trading today. Don't be ashamed because you didn't catch a trade today and everybody that you seen made well over $2,000. Don't be ashamed that you didn't take a trade. Don't be ashamed if you took a loss. Don't get mad. Don't punch your computer or your phone. Don't break none of your stuff. Like, it's okay. What you do have to do is forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself for every misstep that you've taken, for every wrong advice that you have listened to, and for every time you tried to get into a signal group and it just couldn't, like, the little simple petty stuff whenever it comes to trading. And then whenever it comes to real life, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for, I don't know, being nasty to people, snapping on people when just because you was having a bad day. Forgive yourself for not showing up for yourself fully 100%. You need to forgive yourself for that one the most, because little do you know, you have more than enough on your plate and you feeling like you don't show up for yourself 100% of the time. You get mad because you want to. And I get it. Please believe me, baby. I'm preaching to my own choir right now. I get it. I get so mad at myself when I don't do everything. I get so upset because I know how I am, and I know anything that I truly set out to accomplish, it can get accomplished. But whenever it doesn't, it makes me mad. And I have learned, you know, I told y'all, like in my video yesterday, the day before, I'm learning to give myself more grace whenever it comes to things, because my plate is, I mean, OD full. But I'm still striving my best every single day. And that's all I could ask myself for. So yeah, I forgive myself for being nasty to myself in those times where I needed to be more graceful, where I needed to give myself a soft touch, where I needed to just like, okay, Tab, you did a great job today. Kudos to you. So that's really all I got for this video, man. Like I said, it's just on some making sure you forgive yourself. I know it's kind of a two-part one today, but making sure that you forgive yourself and making sure that you don't do nothing crazy. Like, even if it is a day where you know. Yeah, it's so hard for me to talk about it like this, because it's like, if you're a trader, you get it. If you're a trader, you fully understand what I'm saying, because it's like, it's you know when you know, but at the end of the day, we really don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, golly, that sounds so crazy. But if you get it, then you get it. If you don't, baby, then it's just, you'll get it one day, eventually. Keep living, whatever. I don't know. Keep trading. That's what I should say, because that's what it is. But on them days that you want to break your rules so bad, like today, I wanted to break my rules so bad. I literally was at work. First of all, I was late because of traffic, and I left on time. It took me an hour to get to work. That is ridiculous. And then it wasn't even no car accident or nothing. It was just packed. And I was just like, God, I promise you tell me every day, you show me a sign every day that I have to keep going. Sitting in traffic alone will blow my mind. For the next 30 plus years, are you insane? Intentionally every day going to work and coming back home, are you crazy? Like, anyways, I digress. It's just, yeah, anyways, like I said, I was not at work yet. I was sitting in traffic, and I was literally looking at my phone, and I was looking at price start to push up for copper, and it made me feel some type of way, just a tad bit, because I was like, dang, I really should have just went on ahead and pushed the button in London. But when I tell you, I had no entry. Like, I had something that was close, but it's like right now, the things that I'm waiting on, it's so cliche. I'm really trying to wait for my guaranteed A+ setups. I'm waiting for my guaranteed trades on some. Like I said, when you know, you know. But it's like, that's what I've been waiting for. And it didn't start to form a guaranteed trade until, let me tell you, it had to be like right at freaking, excuse me, this one, 15 minutes. Yeah, well, technically, I was looking at it. It was already 8 o'clock. I didn't get to work until 8:30. And that's ridiculous because I'm supposed to be there at 8 o'clock. But I was literally in traffic watching it push up at that point in time. And I was just like, I can get in, really. Like, I had to fight that thing so hard to not get in the trade. And then it presented itself an even better setup at 9 freaking o'clock in the morning. And I was like, this is perfect. And I would be lying to you if I told you I did not want to. I wanted to so bad. I literally had it out, had the chart out on my phone, marked up my long position, put in the stop loss and take profit, and literally was just sitting there. And it wasn't even though I was just sitting there waiting for it to do something. I was literally fighting myself on some, Tab, you know you're not supposed to trade at work. It's too much going on. Then you was late today. Like, it was a lot going on. I close out everything and just put my music on. And usually, it's crazy because usually I would watch a podcast or listen to my book. But I literally had to take my brain off of freaking computer mode. I don't know. I needed to dumb it down for a second because my mind was racing at a mile a minute on some, okay, if I can do this, I can do that. Like, I'm trying to get my account to this, I'm trying to do that. But it's like, at the same time, I'm not trying to rush myself. So I literally had to cut my brain on just work mode. Not even no work and listen and learn mode. No, it was just work mode, and just had some tunes in my ear because I was literally fighting y'all. And it should not have been that hard for me, but it was. Because, and this is why I say you got to know your weaknesses. You got to know the things that get in your way because they will creep up every single time. I could have placed that trade in London this morning. I could have placed that trade while I was in traffic. I could have placed that trade while I was at work early in the morning. And the crazy thing is, it would have been a win. It would have been nice. Like, the trade literally didn't do anything but go up from the time that I was in traffic. And technically it went up in London, but it was just so choppy. I was like, it's no way that I'm about to sit here and get in this. I went back to sleep. I'm not even going to hold you. It was too much chopping around. I was like, no, I'm not even worried about it. I'm going to look at it before I go to work at 6 in the morning. It was still giving a little bit of choppy, but at that point it did start to push up, but it was nowhere for me to just enter in. And I'm just going to jump in. I'm telling y'all, it's been so many times that I have lost my way or lost more money than I wanted to. Just doing dumb stuff. Just not following my rules. And yes, there is times that I miss out on a bag. Like today, I missed out. But I missed out because I didn't want to break my rules. So did I miss out for real? Some might still say yes, it is what it is. But I'm telling you, I'm so proud of myself for not breaking my rule, and that's point blank period. Like, I know that this time go round is gonna take a little bit longer. And you know, honestly, who's to say that? I say that, but it really could be a turnaround. You just don't know. So I'm in the mood for keeping my mind set on the things that I have to do, making sure I'm following my rules, making sure that I'm forgiving myself, make sure that I'm taking my time, make sure that I'm being diligent in everything that it is that I do. And I hope that you are too. So, yeah, this is my second, third closing. I don't know. But this is really it for me tonight, y'all, because it's 10 o'clock. And I struggled to get up this morning. And I don't want to keep doing that to myself. So, we about to get it popping. It was, first of all, happy Ash Wednesday. Okay, service tonight was so beautiful. Even though I had living room service because I didn't actually go to the church house tonight. Life Worship Center did amazing, and I was just in awe. So You know, I thank God for everything that he has done for me in my life. I tell y'all all the time, like, if God stopped blessing me right now in this very moment, I am still more than blessed. I still couldn't tell him thank you enough. And I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad to be embarking upon this journey. I need to stop slouching like that. That is so not cute. I'm glad to be a part of this journey. I'm glad that y'all are here, witnessing the journey and being in the journey yourselves. So this is really my final closing. Shout out to y'all troops. I appreciate y'all, because y'all know me. If I get another thought, it'll come out and I'll start rambling just like I am now. Anyways, thank y'all for joining the kid. Thank y'all for doing all the YouTube stuff. I really do appreciate y'all. More blessed, less stress. All Licks 26. Stand on that. Stand on that. It's your girl TV Tab. I'm out.